Welcome back to Matt Cart. My name is Matthew, and me and my wife go out to garage sales and thrift stores to find things to resell on our eBay store, and obviously things to collect like Lego, which we really love on this channel. I wanted to go through some other listings that we've sold over the past few months to give you guys a better idea of what sells on eBay and what we find sells really well. Now, I'll show you some footage from garage sales and thrift stores of us as well grabbing this stuff as I speak about them if we actually filmed it on the channel. So the first one here is Steins Gate. It is actually a Nintendo Switch game, and we bought this for $10 at a yard sale, which we were really happy about. It was one of those finds that the whole day was kind of just meh, and then towards the end of it, that was one of the last sales we actually had, and it was fantastic. And obviously Nintendo Switch being a more later system, and sometimes it'll give you a bit of a premium, like this game right here, Steins Gate, which sold for $42, so it's a pretty decent flip. This one was a bit of a shock. It was really just a gamble, but it's one of those things that it's helping me learn eBay a little bit more, because I would have never guessed that something like Go-Go's Crazy Bones, yeah, remember Crazy Bones when you guys were kids? When I was like in grade 4 or 5, we actually played with them a lot, and my God, they actually sell. They're still selling well. These aren't even the vintage ones. These are actually newer ones. We sold a bag for $23, and we picked it up for $2.99 at a Value Village here in Toronto. This next item we sold was something that I saw at a thrift store not too far away from me, and we got it for $20 for an entire bucket of Monster Hunter Capcom figures. This was the Volume 8 Elderfrost Gammoth, and this sold for $40. So really, we actually picked it up for like $2 if you include it with the entire bundle of other figures that we got as well. We sold some Lego. This is actually Lego Duplo minifigures and characters that we actually got in a $5 bag at a church sale. Now, we sold all the bricks separately on Facebook Marketplace, and we separated all the characters out in a lot of 20 characters, and we sold it for $29 on eBay. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers. And I don't know if you'd be interested, but I got a bunch of... You got a son? Or?
No, but I do have a nephew who's 10.
Right. I got a bunch of dinky toys and the Millennium Falcon's in there somewhere.
Next up was perhaps one of the greatest buys we've ever had, because it was a free bucket of toys that I actually got at a Facebook Marketplace deal. I was going to pick up some Lego, which I got a fantastic deal on. It was a whole tub for $40. And then as I was there, I was about to leave, he said, "Hey, do you actually have any kids or anything like that?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, I have a nephew." And he said, "Well, I have this massive bucket of toys that I was just gonna donate to Goodwill. Do you want it?" I said, "Yeah, of course." I mean, I saw a Millennium Falcon there, and I thought, well, if there's a Millennium Falcon, there might be other stuff in there, in particular Star Wars stuff, which is exactly what sold here on eBay for $250. A lot of Micro Machines, ships, and characters from 1995, and it sold for $250, and it was free. One of the best buys we've had on the channel. Well, I really shouldn't say buy, because we didn't pay anything for it.
That's it. Yep. Thank you.
We sold another Nintendo Switch game recently, and it was Octopath Traveler for the Nintendo Switch. This was actually a new sealed one that we picked up at a Value Village for $25, which was not bad. It was actually going to be over $30, but because we got the discount on it, which I always make sure I have at least a coupon or two on me when I go to a Value Village, it definitely helps sweeten the deal, and I think it was also a pretty decent flip. So keep your eyes peeled for video games. They still sell well on eBay in 2023.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. I think this is actually vintage, is it? I believe it is. Yes, 1990 Mirage Studios Playmate Toys. I mean, it's a little bit rough on the edges, a lot of paint issues here, but I think these actually sell.
Next up was a crazy find that we had at a thrift store. It was a massive Rocksteady Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle doll. It was 13 inches from 1990, a Playmates toy. We sold it for $100, and I bought it for $6 at that thrift store. And it was another one of those items that I had a feeling at first that it might have been worth something, but really when I looked it up, that's when I realized how valuable it is, and that's why it's always good to get out your Google Lens and take photos of the items that you're looking at thrift stores or garage sales, because it can lead you to some great scores, just like this right here.
How much for these guys here?
Oh, that's, what do I call it? $2?
$2? Sure.
We sold some vintage My Little Pony dolls that we got at a garage sale for 25 cents each, and they ended up selling for $135 for this lot of 7 ponies. That is an unbelievable score, and perhaps one of the best scores we've had on the channel. And if you guys want to go back and watch my content, you can find the video where we actually purchased that, and I'll leave it down below in the description. It's a really great watch. I highly recommend checking out that video. And we sold a Funko Pop plushie Hobbit Bilbo Baggins for $24, and we ended up getting it for $3 at a thrift store. I thought that was also a fantastic deal, and sometimes you can find better deals at thrift stores than yard sales. It's not the case all the time, but I feel like during the winter here in Canada, it really limits where you're able to actually grab things. That's why in the wintertime, I do a lot of Facebook Marketplace and thrift stores because I can't go out to garage sales. So I'm happy to find items like this to flip on eBay. This next item was a Game Boy Advance that we got at that same yard sale where we picked up those Nintendo Switch games. We actually sold this one here for $66 and we got it for $15, which I think is a great flip.
That's actually a pretty good deal. Just more about space though. Yeah, that's cool.
I've already been talked out of it.
We also sold a Gem in the Holograms doll that we got at the same yard sale where we picked up those vintage My Little Pony Generation 1 dolls. And this doll here sold for $90 and we picked it up for 25 cents. Unbelievable. She was basically just getting rid of everything. 25 cents for everything. And if you're looking at vintage toys like this, you can score really well. And the last item I wanted to talk about was a book that we got for $1 at a thrift store, and it's a Marvel superhero book. It's Marvel Superheroes Adventures Game Book number 6, The Uncanny X-Men. We sold it for $50. I was actually in shock when I was scanning the books because I didn't realize that this book was gonna sell for that much. I thought maybe $10 at the most, but $50 for this old vintage book. I was really thrilled with that purchase, and obviously a great sale as well on eBay. Anyways, guys, I hope you found this video informative. If you did, leave a like down below and comment. Let me know what was your favorite item that you sold in the year 2023. I'd love to hear that down below in the comment section. And with that being said, guys, remember, may your carts always be full.